God we trust. In one God we trust that we will have a black new world order. That we will have a black new world order. When we sit back and we listen to the song New World Order, written by Curtis Mayfield, Brian Fleming, and myself, and you really listen to the lyrics, you get a true understanding when you truly listen to them. And you can see that writing that song in 1995, and actually before 1995, there had to be some vision to be able to see the things that are going on in the world now. And there was a little bit more than vision. There was some understanding that someone would come with an idea, with a plan. They would be inspired with a plan to change the condition of Black America. And even though that's not to say that it had not been brought to the forefront in the people before, but it was in addition to, and it was collective because it considered all of the ones that preceded that particular vision, that particular plan. And I'm gonna get right to it. This plan. The thing about this document, some may say it's a book. No, I say it's a plan that's written in a book. And it's a very easy to read plan. It's what they call an easy read. It's a direct plan. It's a simple plan. It's a plan that we need. A lot of people are asking the question, so what are we going to do? What is the plan? Who is going to lead the plan? What are we going to do about this situation and this condition that we're in? And we're trying to figure it out. And it's right here. And I wrote the book, and you might say, well, what makes you feel like that you are qualified to write the plan? And it's because I know the condition, because I've lived it. I know Black people, and I care for Black people, and I've studied us a long time by studying myself. And I know that what they say, the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. So we're very similar in our ways and the ways that we do things. So when you make a decision to understand yourself, you understand many of our people, our brothers and sisters. We're a lot alike. Let's put it like that. We're good people, loving people, smart people, intelligent people, generous people, peaceful people, creative people, inventive people, people that used to build great things, royal people. And with that being said, you know, we've I've thought about it, and we've thought about it. All the voices and the minds before me, we've all thought about this and realized that we were some very special people, and that we should come together with those qualities and those values and create a new world for ourselves that is a million times better than the world that we're experiencing now. And we have that ability to do that, and we should not feel bad about it. I mean, A lot of people feel like that maybe we should stay in the society that we're in, and I'm not saying actually to just make an abrupt move and come up out of it, but to develop a nucleus, to develop a unity within this nation, within this country, within this corporation, and become strong and solid against no one, but for everyone of us that are Black Americans in the United States of America that have went through this great Holocaust of slavery and all of the discrimination and the poverty and everything else that comes with it that we've experienced for the last 460 years. With all that being said, it is my plan and my idea as a member of this Black society to figure out a way that we could economically change our condition, along with the main issue, of course, and that's repentance unto God. Along with, and that's I'm sure is the first thing that we need to do. We need to go deep within ourselves and repent. We need to let God know that we are ashamed, and we're asking for His forgiveness for our sins of violating His laws and His commandments. We that is the first thing that must be done. So I guess I may as well start. I must start there. This is what must be done first. We must repent for our sins and then come into unity with that same repentance, and make it vocal to the world and to the Lord and to Almighty God, and then for the whole world to hear and see us make that declaration of repentance, and then to be who we are, the actual children of God, and redesign and redevelop ourselves with His blessings to move forward into a new Black world order of peace, prosperity, and love. So, with that being said, that's what's first. I, of course, feel in my position that it is to be effective in an economic and social type of beginning, an understanding of economic, social arrangement of our finances and the way that we take care of each other as 42 million Black Americans in the United States of America. So I wrote that book for this reason, as a blueprint, or shall I say a black print, of how we can move forward with the first single In God We Trust. One. We can start with one. That one would be me. From this position, I would be that one that will start with the book. And what I'm saying to you is this. In order for a people to become a nation, and this is our ultimate desire and goal, and some people say that, well, it's not time yet, but it is time to start. It's been time to start a long time, and by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Marcus Garvey and many other of our past leaders and present leaders who are still here with the remembrance of their leadership and their direction that we follow, which makes us able to even have this conversation today, because if it had not been for them, we would not even know that this is the route that must be taken at this point. So they're our backup. I've got a very simple plan right here. It's something that you can understand and you can read. Like I said, a quick read, an easy read, and you can understand step by step how to change the condition of Black America. Again, you may say, well, how do you know that? Because I've experienced it. And I've watched other nations and other people and how they are powerful as a result of their unity, something that we as Black Americans don't have, and that's collective unity. That's enough right there to let you know that I'm on the right track, okay? With that being said, here's how we start. No people can be a nation especially at a time like this in national history, where a nation like America deals in the trillions of dollars. All countries are dealing with trillions, trickling down to the billions, down to the millions, to the thousands, down to the hundreds, down to the 20s, 50s, 20s, 10s, to the fives, to the ones. But you got to be able to deal and think, even if it wasn't in the capacity of using money, you would still have to be able to think of worldwide operation. In this case, you would, in order to do worldwide business, you would have to be thinking in the trillions of dollars. So my goal is to start with that first $1 bill and expand it to the trillion. So let's go from one to a trillion. I'd like to start with the trillion now that we've talked about the one. How do we get from the one to the trillion? How can we go from one to a trillion? The book is a plan, and it tells us how to get there. Let me give you a quick example. Black America first has to want to make a change. That's number one. We have to desire that. Then we have to decide that we're going to make a move to make that desire become reality. First and second. Want it first, desire it, then make a move to make it happen. In this case, here's the plan in a book. Black America, 42 million black people in America. 2 million in prison, 20 million over here doing all right, 20 million over here not doing so well. Well, as soon as 20 million over here that are doing well, we're not even going to count them, those over there that are not doing that well that can also participate. And when I say they're not doing that well, at some point I'll explain to you that they're really doing extremely well, doing the wrong thing, but they're doing very well. But they can't show that. But on this side, they're doing well, and they're doing well legally. So this 20 million, if that 20 million cared about Black America, really cared, and had a desire to want to see a change on this side of the 20 million, then let's say they said, well, we want to help that side of our family. Well, I would say, let's start like this. Buy this book for $10. Buy this plan, this black plan for redemption for $10. 20 million black people buy this book, not including any other people. And I mean, all people can buy it, but I'm talking about directly to black people right now. 20 million black people buy this book for $10. Then this publishing company and this black writer, author, songwriter, entrepreneur, inventor, patent holder will have generated $200 million. This is what Black Unity can do for black entrepreneurs. Anytime that happens, jobs are automatically created. In this case, it's a little bit better because this is a part of this black plan. To purchase 20 million books from the publisher, who is also the co-writer of the song New World Order with Curtis Mayfield. So you know that this publisher, this writer, has this in his head. He wants to change the condition of Black America. So if 20 million black people bought this book for $10, that's 200 million. Then we have a plan to go and purchase a piece of property right in Atlanta, Georgia. Namely, right now, the piece that we're considering so that we have what we call a working title would be Greenbrier. The figures that we know that property was worth the last time that it was purchased was around $50-60 million. Then connected to that, attached to that, is the Magic Johnson theater that is no longer in operation, just sitting as a piece of dead land in our vibrant community. Then that would come along with the purchase. So let's just say that the purchase was for, I'm just going to say, just for saying sake, not because that's what we would offer them, but this is just using as an example, about 60, 70 million dollars. On that property, now a black publishing company owns a black mall in Atlanta, Georgia, and a movie theater, X amount of acres of land. Prime Black America. Now that company vows that when it makes that purchase, it is actually for Black America, because along with purchasing that property, the intention is to create a black national bank. So out of this 200 million, let's say 50 million of that was for printing the book. Another 100 million was for buying the property and theater and building the black bank and redoing the whole area and making it beautiful. And of course, the rest would go to the publishing house. But outside of that, now we have a place, a piece of property that from this publishing house is given and donated to Black America as our first plaza, or shall I say mall, black mall, in a major city like this, owned by a black company for black people with a black national bank. So then these 20 million that purchased the book for $10 a piece, now, not see, when they become purchasers of the book, they also become a part of the book club, so that we can get back in touch with them and say, okay, that we've done what the book said we do. We've purchased the property. We've got the bank. Now we want you to make a deposit into the bank to become a depositor or an account holder of the new black bank, and make a minimum deposit of $100. We hope that you would deposit $1,000. Excuse me. Per month, at least for the next 10 years, supporting this black bank. And then that bank deals with its fractional reserves to make sure that the bank is operational, and the rest it takes and starts to purchase real estate and build food stores first, and homes, starting off with somewhere around 1 million homes, along with other properties that would involve malls that we would consider in the areas where we would purchase these homes, so that we could build communities, homes, and the things that a home needs around it to operate and survive, owned by the black bank. So these deposits are turning into profits, but not like other companies have profited from us. Instead of a loan being a 30-year loan, it's a 10-year loan. Monthly mortgage being about the same as it was on a 30-year loan, so that you can get it paid for really quick and own your property, so that we all can eventually become property owners, real estate owners. That's the only thing that makes sense in the world, is for you to own property, real estate. If you don't have that, what do you have, Black America? So I'm going to say to you right now, what's the start? Purchase the book. Tell everybody you know to purchase the book. Let the book be your passport. Let the book be the first induction into the black bank as an account holder. This is the beginning right here. And then let's take this and sign our names. And then that way we all are what we call shareholders of this black bank. So purchase the book. At least 20 million black people with $10, that's 200 million, will buy the property. Then the 20 million over here and over here start to become account holders. Imagine 20 million over here make a, let's say, $1,000 deposit into their new bank account in the black bank. That's $20 billion every month for the next 10 years, for the next 120 months. 20 billion for the next 120 months. A building. Purchasing land and properties and building hospitals and food stores and farms and manufacturing facilities and educational facilities and all the things that a nation needs to become viable. And then this is not against white America or no other parts of America. It's for all of America, because this is the bottom repairing itself. This is reparations. This is a nation that has been destroyed, repairing itself from the inside out. It's the feet of America. So if the feet are weakened and it gets repaired, then the body can stand. Because when the feet fall and it's been supporting the body will fall with it. So it's the best thing that can happen, is that we, as black people in America, repair our condition, even if white America and any other parts of America won't assist us. It's our duty, it's our obligation to do this. It's our right. We must do this. So what I'm going to do with you right now, I'm going to let you hear a little something. And I want you to think about these lyrics, because these lyrics are absolutely direct to this time and this book and what we should do. I invited you first people, you 275 people, into the Kingdom because I wanted to pick and find the best of the best, those that could believe that we could do something from nothing, could believe that all these big words and big ideas that I speak about on the Kingdom site, that it's all possible. It's not a pipe dream. It's real if we do it. Somebody, I asked a question one day about my book. I said, what's your opinion of the book? They said, it's a beautiful book. They said, but it'll never happen. And I said, why is that? I said, because we'll never do it. I said, but the question I like to ask you is, if we did do it, would it work? And they said, yes. And 100 newspapers across America, black newspapers, it said if we followed this, it would work, black America. So if we don't pay attention to something that your brother has written for us, by us, for us to come up out of this cesspool of poverty and crime, if you don't want this, then I guess we'll get what we got coming. We said we're waiting on something. We said we're waiting on Jesus. Jesus, he's us. Jesus, he's us. Coming together as one, as the body of Christ, for one purpose: our unity and salvation and redemption. To get back right with God. That's what this is all about. That's what the whole thing is about. It's about our rejection of God. Even with this master plan, if we don't keep the Lord's commandments and ask for his forgiveness with our whole hearts for real, I don't care how good this plan is, it still won't work. No plan will work without first being redeemed by God, by asking for his forgiveness and meaning it. Then all these things that we imagine that are good will happen, because they'll happen with blessings instead of cursings. This is the only reason that we've gone through this. And the reason I know this is because I asked God when I was 10 years old. I'm 60 now, 50 years later. I asked him when I was 10 years old, what did we do to be in this condition? And I'm going to tell you, it's not much different from that time. It was 1965, March 3rd, than it is today. The same kind of thing was happening to us. It hasn't changed. You know why? Because we haven't changed our mind. and ask for God's forgiveness. And to change our hearts completely and keep his commandments, learn his commandments, study those commandments, understand and overstand those commandments, keep them in unity with one another. Come together. That's part of the commandments. Come together as one. Let thy kingdom come. That's in the Lord's Prayer. So that thy will be done. The kingdom come so that his will be done on earth just like it is in heaven. I'm not trying to be long-winded with this. I just want you to get it and understand that if we don't do this, we're damned. And you can sit here and say, well, since Ramondo is saying that, then how could he know? Because I know. Because I've studied us and this condition a long time. I took the time to do it. And anybody that knows me know I've been talking about this for years and years and years. Regardless to what I was involved in, I was always talking about God, the Word, what we needed to do, how we needed to change. And I was working on changing. And many of those changes I've made now. I've overcome a lot of those dependencies and lifestyles that I was living. It's not to say that I'm better than anybody else, because just like the Lord said, even one sin is as bad as all of them. So, but we got to start somewhere. So I'm going to ask you that are in the kingdom, that want to stay in the kingdom. I'm looking for the best of the best and the strongest of the strongest, and those that would link up for real with me. And let's make this happen. We will sell this book, 20 million copies. How? It's only 275 of us. Well, we tell 10 people, and you read the book and understand the book and understand the plan, and then get with the plan and let's commit to doing it. And then let's tell other people about it and get them to get the book, because everybody got to have their own book. I want you to have your own book. You need your own book. This is your passport. You got to make sure you got the plan. So you got a roadmap. You know how to get there. This is your GPS. Okay, this tells you how we're going to get there. This is not the Bible, but this is the plan that derived from the Bible and the experience that proved the Bible to be telling the truth, and not just the Bible, but the Quran as well. The truth was extracted from them both, and the life, the experience, travel, experience, black people doing all type of crimes and sinning, including myself. And then comparing that with the scripture and realizing that we're doing precisely and exactly what it said a particular people would be doing, that were the children of God, the children of Israel, the children of Israel. I didn't write these books. I wrote this one, only extracting the truth from all of them, along with the experience. This is the truth. And it's simple. It's made simple for you to understand what we need to do. The only thing first is to give reverence to the Lord and ask for his forgiveness and come into returning unto God so he can return unto us. Then all these things shall be added unto us. That's how it goes. We can believe that or not believe it, or don't believe it, however you want to say it. Look, I'm going to tell you, I could be dead wrong, but I doubt it. And I think this is our last time. That's what I'm going to tell you. I think this is our last opportunity to get this right. I think the time is up. I think that the grace period is now running out. I think the time was up 60 years ago, and now the grace period is run out. And I'm going to tell you, we got to come together. And we can't be divisive in any way. We can't divide in any kind of way. We can't divide as Muslims and Christians and Baptists. We can't do any of that. We got to come together as black Americans, as black people in America that came here as slaves, that unite together in order to return unto their own land at some point. Starting off by developing a relationship here at a culture that we can take back when the time comes. In the meantime, we are wandering in the valley of decision. And the decision is, what are we going to do? I'm going to start again. Buy the book. Read the book. Understand the book. Talk to other people about the book or the plan. suggest to them that they get the book until we have sold 20 million minimum copies in America at $10 a piece, a good price for this valuable plan and information. At $10 a piece, 20 million black people, $200 million. Buy them all. Build a bank. Start making deposits into the bank. Purchase property. Open stores so we can feed ourselves. What would we do if the world so-called came to a dead-end stop? The oil ran out. There's no gas. Couldn't get to the food store. And then when you did get there, all the food was gone. What would we do as Black America? Everybody else is ready but us. We starve and die. We're not prepared for anything. We got to get prepared, and we got to do it now. Now, I'm not talking about something that we need to do tomorrow or next week or the month after that or the year after that. I'm telling you, we got to do this now. It's not just for me making money. I'll sell 1 million of these anyway. It's already selling. It's going to pick up and it's going to explode anyway. It's going to sell anyway. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what we got to do as a result of this. I wrote this for a reason. I did not write this just to get rich. I also invented Extender Brush. I got a lot of ideas about getting rich. Matter of fact, this is the worst thing in the world I could have wrote. I could have wrote just a book about my experiences, and that would have been far more exciting to you all. But no, I wrote a book about Black America and what we need to do to come out of the abyss of poverty and crime. Black on black and black on any crime. I wrote a book about our redemption, about coming back to God, coming back to ourselves, loving each other again, not killing each other. I'm out of Chicago, 82 killed, shot, better yet, not killed, shot, July 4th. X amount of them dead. Why? How can we complain about anything when we're doing this? See? Get the book. This book will create opportunity for black people because I will do what I say I will do. I will do the work. Now, and I'm not taking this out of anybody's pocket. If you buy the book, I'm taking it out of my pocket. All I'm saying to you is, if you purchase the book and support it, that's your part. And then you get the book. You could go buy a mystery novel about some fiction. This is reality. $10. Buy this book. Read it. Understand it. Let's put it into action. Then we create thousands of millionaires as a result. Black millionaires that are taking care of each other and taking care of this black nation. Then we can begin to support the rest of the nation and the world and start doing our part like others do. We can become a unified nation like other nations. Many nations do this. White America is a perfect example. The White House. Why not have the Black House, which would be the Black Bank? So with that being said, Black America, and the Kingdom especially, those of you that are with me, let me know it. Let me know that you're with me. Tell me in the Kingdom by saying something in the discussion. Let me know that you're with me. First thing to do, buy the book and tell everybody else about it. Help to empower this move and yourselves. That's our biggest problem. We have no unity. Even in a small place, man, we got to have some unity. This is $10. You go buy some cigarettes or some alcohol or some drinks. Buy something good for you, a plan. Read it. Share it. Implement it. Execute it. Get the book. Make me strong. Make me stronger. Make me powerful so I can execute what I got to do. And boy, y'all gonna love what I'm gonna do. Because I'm not gonna play with this. And then I got your support too. This is what I was born for. And you were too. To bring this nation, this black nation back together. This is not a movement against any other race, but it's for our race because we need something for our race because we're on the bottom of the totem pole. If there's a pole, we're on the bottom. So while we're trying to save the rest of the world, let's first, you can't take care of even your kids if you haven't taken care of yourself first. That's a perfect example of why you got to take care of Black America first. Black America? How can you take care of your children if you haven't taken care of yourself? How are you going to take care of them? You got to take care of you to make sure that you're taken care of so you're able to take care of them. So that means if we take care of ourselves first, then we can start really helping other people around the world. Not to say that we shouldn't give charity to other folks, but I am saying that we got to start with ourselves first. We got to start spending with each other in our own communities. We got to start having really nice communities, clean communities, organized communities. We got to change the way we talk to each other. We got a lot to do. It's a big undertaking because it was a big, it's a big overtaking because it was a big undertaking. We were taken under. Now we got to be taken over. They get over this under thing. Black folks, members of the kingdom that are with me in the kingdom, make it known. Got a book. Help to empower me so I can do my job. And don't look at this with any type of jealousy or envy or any of that kind of stuff. All that's petty nonsense. Don't do that. That is the reason we're in the condition that we're in today. That's even the reason that we came into slavery, because we weren't paying attention. We was too busy being jealous and envious and non-caring and sharing with each other, and that's how we were able to be taken. You've got to be aware that your love and your unity is your power. Your backup for each other that's where your power is. Don't you take care of your family? Well, realize that the whole of Black America is your entire family. All of us are one. Some people say, well, we came from different tribes, but from one source. Seed Abraham, right? By way of God. Right? Isn't that one family that's split off into different tribes of nations, but all coming from one? Isn't God one God with one people? And everything else expands from them? Well, you're the nucleus of this, Black America. That's why you're the one going through the fire of affliction in the oven, being burned and roasted into shape, being pushed together since you won't get together. See, every time one of our brothers and sisters gets murdered or destroyed, it brings us together. It's called a daily sacrifice. So how many of them have to be sacrificed daily before we make the decision to come together and stop that? See, that's a daily sacrifice. Check it out, Daniel 12. Read it. Don't take my word for nothing. I'm saying everything that I'm telling you, you can verify it in your own Bible, especially if you're Christians and Muslims too. You can verify it in the Qurans. The truth is the truth is the truth in all of them, one way or the other. And it's in your heart first. All these books came from heart and mind. It wasn't the book first, it was us first. The book is written in your heart. The truth is in your heart. We all know the truth. We have a book as a reminder so that we can keep from evil, because we know that we will play games with our heart by way of our mind. So we have to have a book to tell us what to do, when to do it, why to do it, and how to do it. If you're taking a flight, you want this book on the flight. You can read it in between flights just by going anywhere. Hour flight, hour and a half flight, you're done. 82 pages. It was 127 pages. We condensed it to make it easier to read. Make it an easy read for you and an easy understanding. And then you go back and read it again. And again, and more comes out, because it's like anything. The deeper that you dig, even into the same soil, the more treasure that you will be able to discover within the words, within the depth of it. Because you're not going to get everything the first time, but you're going to get so much the first time. You're going to say, "Wow!" And you might sit it down, but at some point you're going to come back and you're going to refer back to it and just look at it. And you're going to have, it's almost going to be like a Bible to you of information of what we should do today, right now. It's extracted. So, with that being said, people in the kingdom, you're in the kingdom, but let's start to work. Faith without doing something with that faith is dead. I did something with my faith. I wrote the book. That took time and energy and money. Now I need you all to read that book, and I didn't write it from, I don't want you sitting here thinking, well, that's just your idea. No, I got this from everybody, from all of our leaders, big and small, from myself being like somebody that pulled it all in. What do you call it? I was like a sponge. And then I took it and I reasoned it all to find out where they all were saying the precise same thing. And that would tell us where we needed to go. When all your leaders all come to one point, one apex of understanding, that tells you then that must be the truth. Because everybody agrees with that. Do unto others as you would have done unto you, black people. You don't want to be robbed. You don't want to be raped. You don't want to be killed. You don't want to be lied to or lied about. Don't do it to other people. That's the law, main law. Then, of course, there are all the other laws that we must adhere to, that the commandments that God has bestowed upon us. That one is, I think, is where we can start so that we can begin to accept the others and to understand them, because that's like the foundation of turning from sin, to do unto others as you would have done unto you. Now, come into unity, black people. Come into unity, my family. Come into unity, kingdom. Purchase the book. Now, as soon as you're able to, take $10, go to PayPal, just go to my site, purchase the book. I'll ship it to you. Read it. Talk about it. Leave me on the website testimonies. Tell me what you think. Let's discuss it. See, you'll see in the book it says that the book is wide open for revisions. It is not set in stone. I did an open layout of what we needed to do with direct steps, but it's other pieces to the puzzle, like a 5,000 piece puzzle. The framing is done, but there are many pieces that we can insert that make it beautiful into a beautiful picture. From something that used to be a puzzle, now we see the clarity, we see the picture after all the pieces have been set in place. And that's every one of you black people in America, all of us together, and we all have our place in the puzzle, and we fit in now. Then we can see the full, clear picture, the beautiful picture. And let's hope that it is a beautiful picture. Well, it would have to be a beautiful picture. I'm sure God wouldn't have it any other way. And that's what this is about. The framework is done. Let's add the pieces. Each one of you are the pieces. Now I'm going to play the track, the title song for this movement, for this plan, for this book, coming from my godfather, my mentor, who I was a protege to, Mr. Curtis Mayfield, for the song that I co-wrote with him and Mr. Brian Fleming called A New World Order.
Curtis Mayfield, New World Order. Enjoy.
As you listen to the lyrics, I want you to imagine that slavery, they say, started in 1555 and would have been over in 1955, and we would go through a period of 60 years of grace. A child would be born.
Darkness no longer, a child is born. Mother shed tears of joy as baby tests his lungs. My daddy's not there where he ought to be, somewhere in Georgia, scheming and shooting craps on his knees. Another victim born out here in the hood, and based on statistics, it really ain't all good. Welfare takes the tab, and daddy can't sign, and it can't be seen. The family becomes a crime. The hunt is on, and brother, you're the prey. Serving time in jail, it just ain't the way. I'm living so hard, baby, that my hair's gray. We got to make a change. It's a brand new day. World order, a brand new day. It's a new day. Change of mind for the human race. It's a new world order, a brand new day. It's a change of mind for the human race.
Pay attention.
Operation in flux, and it's on the way. We just marched a million plus the other day. Look, we all witnessed the sweat rolling down Miss Liberty's head. She knows the sleeping giant is no longer sleeping dead. Oh, what a fulfillment of prophecy. Let us teach the children freedom's never been free. It's okay to cry, go ahead and cry, 'cause Jesus wept, but hope and faith be kept. It's a new day. World order, a brand new day. It's a change of mind for the human race. It's a new world order, a brand new day. It's a change of mind for the human race. The die has been cast, and there's no need to fear, 'cause people, the answer to your prayers are here. Sister Mary, don't you weep. Tell mother not to moan. We need the love, and that is coming home. There's no need to worry. The times dictate a plan. Mother Earth is giving birth to a brand new man. Sister, I know you're misunderstood, but hold on to your man, 'cause the future looks good. It's a new day, a new world order,
A new black world order.
it's
A change of mind for the human race. I'm talking about a new black world order. America, black America. A change of mind for the human race.
beware of the lies
You got to pay
and false
attention.
prophecy.
We are many with eyes, but don't all really see.
You must be merciful, my friend.
If you want to obtain that same mercy, but if you break the
So
chain,
if you break the chain,
don't pass the blame.
don't pass the blame.
Now I'm gonna say unto
We
all
shall
of
say
you,
unto all,
and we're gonna say it
and
again.
I'll say it again.
It's not just a
It's
win,
not just a win,
but instead shake a hand, make a friend, and we are who are what? I'm talking about the kingdom.
So how I see
There's still light in this world. Now come on, rejoice with me, and let's make a new day. World order, a brand new day, a change of mind for the human race. A new world order, a brand new day, a change of mind for the human race.
It's a new day.
That's what this is.
It's a new day.
As soon as we execute this plan, it'll be.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
That's all we gotta do.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
Come together, Black America. Come on now. Curtis, I see you looking down on us. It's not a song, it's a message.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
That day is coming. Brian Fleming, what you gotta say?
Yes, Lord, it's a brand new day.
Curtis Mayfield, New World Order. Enjoy.
Is that beautiful? We meant every word of that song when we wrote it. Curtis said,
Darkness no longer, a child is born.
I'm going to finish this with one more song that I also co-wrote with Mr. Mayfield for that same album from the Million Man March, Get on the Bus. And this song is entitled Just a Little Bit of Love. The thing about this song is that it's a call to action. And that action is now. And what the song is saying is that if we just have a little bit of love, just a little bit, then we could create a new Black world order. A loving Black world of order. Happiness. Unity. It's nothing like it. So I'm trying to cue it up now, and I'm having a little difficulty with it for some reason. Well, I guess we'll have to save that one for the next video. We're having a little difficulty some kind of way. For some reason, it's not pulling up like it should. So, we'll try it one last time and see what happens. With that being said, I'm going to end with this. Get the book. Read the book. Understand the book. Study the book. Talk to your friends and your family about the book and the plan that's within the book. See if it makes sense. Ask yourself this one question, if nothing else. If we did do this, would it work? The answer will be yes. So that just means if we don't do it, then anything that comes to us as a result, I'm going to have to say we'll deserve it. This is probably, I'm not going to say that this is definitely our way out because it could be too late already, but this is all we got left. At least this is a plan. We do have a plan, and a simple plan, a step-by-step plan that can happen just like that, starting off with you simply purchasing the book. Go to the website, purchase the book. If you're in Atlanta, go to Madu Bookstore, go to Nubian Bookstore, go to the Black Madonna Bookstore. You can order it online through Amazon. They got some used books on there. They're quite expensive. In my book, they're selling one of them for $250. I guess they really know the importance of it. But if you have any problem, you can always come and buy it directly from me through the website with shipping and handling, $15.69. So get the book. Don't procrastinate. That's why I wanted to play that song, Just a Little Bit of Love, so bad, because it tells you if we procrastinate, we all end up going straight to hell. This is not going to get any better. Black on black crime is not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Police violence against us is not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Being in poverty is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Going to prison is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Matter of fact, it could get extremely worse. So I'm going to say to us, here's a plan that can possibly save us, to keep us from allowing that to happen. Because we can come together and do for ourselves and put ourselves in a powerful position. So I've drilled this into you about as hard as I can. And like I said, it's not about just me making a lot of money off of books. I'm going to get the book money. I don't need 200 million. I need 200 million to purchase Greenbrier, to purchase a black bank. $1 million to be enough for me. 10 million, brother. Okay. But anyway, 10 million to be enough for me. Maybe 50. But anyway, but definitely, I don't need $200 million for my black family to just read my book and I do nothing. That's not how you do that. We are targeting $1 trillion in 4 years. And then imagine what we as a black nation could do with that. What could we do collectively with $1 trillion? Let me put it like this. You could purchase about 5 million homes that cost about $50,000, $60,000 a piece wholesale and spend half of $1 trillion. I said 5 million homes. So one thing we know out of $1 trillion, we could put everybody that's homeless in Black America, into a home and still have a half $1 trillion left. And then the value of the property, because you bought it, at a good price, it's worth more than that. So you really bought profit. You should be able to sell that house for $100,000. So really just made a half $1 trillion back in profit. Because even though you're housing our people, they still got to pay for their homes, not just what they would have had to pay in the other society, the outer society. In the inner society, things are better for us because we're linked in. We got our Facebook. So that's what this is all about, man. This is beautiful. And ladies, this is a beautiful arrangement of sorts. Could we generate $1 trillion in 4 years? Yes. I told you 20 million people times $1,000 deposited into the bank once a month for the next 4 years is $1 trillion. Let me say it one more time. 20 million people depositing $1,000 per month for the next 4 years or 48 months is $1 trillion. I'll double check it to make sure. I'm pulling up the calculator. All right, let me see. I'm gonna take 20 million, times, I'm gonna take 20, if it allows me to. Computer's running slow. I'm gonna take 20 million times 1,000 equals $20 billion times 48. No, I'm sorry. Times 50 months equals $1 trillion. So that's 4 years and 2 months. In 4 years and 2 months, at $1,000 deposit out of 20 million people into a black bank every month for that period of 4 years and 2 months, we will have amassed $1 trillion. Which means in 4 years we could be to purchase 5 million homes. which would put all 20 million of these people here into a home. 4 people into one of those homes is 20 million people. That's a wife, husband, and 2 children. Everybody housed. Just by putting $1,000 away that we probably throw away in most cases. So, buy the book. This kicks it off. This is how it starts. $10. Purchase the book. 20 million people. Then make a deposit into the bank. Then buy up properties, food stores, and everything else that we need. Education facilities, everything else that we need. That's it. It's a very simple plan. Well, black folks ain't gonna do it? Probably not. Should we do it? Yes. Will it work? Yes. So if we don't do it, guess what? I'm gonna leave it right there. Get the book. Peace and blessings, Black America. The clock is ticking and our time is running out.